Welcome to Brain Vision.
So string, we have two waves, and they generate a standing wave on a string of length 3 meters. It produces 3 loops, so n equals 3, and it's something like this. The wave speed, v, is 100 meters per second. Okay, so the 3 is, we also know the amplitude. The amplitude ym centimeter. Okay, so this we need to find, we need to look for ym. Oh, that's amplitude that. But we are told that for the superposition of two waves, now we want to figure out what's the amplitude for one of the waves. And so that's ym. And then b, we want to do for k. C, we want to omega. Finally, we want to look the sine in front of omega. So that is a weird question. The sine in front of omega. Because we know standing waves always have two waves traveling opposite directions, so of course one side will be positive, one side will be negative. But let's first take a look. We have part A. So for standing waves, we always have one wave that's sine kx plus omega t im, and then we have a wave that's same except that it's traveling in the opposite direction. And when we add them together, and if we do some, if we expand sine kx plus omega t is sine kx cosine omega t plus cosine kx sine omega t, we will see that the second term of each sine will cancel, and we're left with 2ym sine kx cosine omega t. So right now the maximum is 1.0 centimeter, and that 1.0 is 2m. So for an individual one, maybe at ym prime. I should call this one. So y equals half of ym prime, 0.5 centimeter. What about k? So k is actually, if we look at this the k we get here. So because the wavelength doesn't change, so the wavelength of individual wave is same as the wavelength of the standing wave. K is 2 pi over lambda, and in the standing wave, equals 2L over 3. So we have 3. Okay, we will actually have 2 pi times 3 of 2 times 3 meter, which is 3.1 per meter. We look at omega. Omega equals 2 pi f. So what is f? Well, speed of travel. The wavelength is here. So we can find it by c equals speed over lambda. So it's 2 pi times 100 meter per second. Lambda again is 2L times 3. So we have frequency equals 50, but we also have to multiply 2 pi. It is roughly 314 radius per second. And for the sign in front of omega is I have two waves. One will be positive, one will be plus and minus for two waves, respectively.